The last episode of Paradise left us hanging with some shocking revelations. It became clear that Billy was somehow connected to the president's death. Meanwhile, Gabriel Tabi made an unexpected move by getting close to Collins, but her intentions were far from romantic. She had hidden motives behind her actions. Tabi was aware that Sinatra had eyes everywhere, which is why she staged her encounter with Collins to look completely natural. During a private moment, she confided in Collins, sharing what President Bradford had revealed to her just before his death. Although Collins couldn't understand why Bradford saw Billy as a threat, he promised Tabi that he'd uncover the truth. Deep down, Collins found it hard to believe Billy could betray anyone. Despite Billy's flaws, Collins thought of him as trustworthy. Yet, doubt crept in, leaving him unsure of what to believe. So, let's dive into the key events of Paradise Episode 4 to see if Collins unraveled Billy's true intentions. But before we proceed, a quick spoiler alert. In a flashback, we get a glimpse of Billy's traumatic childhood. He lived with his harsh, unloving uncle after losing his parents at a young age. His uncle was a tyrant, determined to turn Billy into a cold, emotionless person. In one incident, Billy's uncle forced him to shoot a dog, but Billy hesitated. Viewing this hesitation as a sign of weakness, his uncle slapped him, trying to drill into him that compassion was a flaw. Later that day, things took a darker turn. During a hunting trip, Billy's uncle ordered him to shoot their family dog as punishment for chasing a rabbit. Torn between fear and love for his pet, Billy made a life-altering decision. He turned the gun on his uncle instead. His uncle died instantly, and Billy was sent to a juvenile correctional facility. Though society labeled him as the villain, Billy's narrative was much deeper. Billy wasn't just protecting his pet, he was defending himself. His uncle's actions showed he was more dangerous than the world ever knew. While in the correctional facility, Billy faced numerous challenges. He got into fights, mostly with bullies, but his resilience caught the attention of the people in power. Eventually, he was transferred to a more secure government task force designed for individuals that could be publicly linked to crime. This path led him to Secret Service, where Sinatra added him to a list of 25,000 people considered to be undercover, openly seeking opportunities to infiltrate others. Gabriel Tabi confided in Collins, revealing that before his death, President Bradford had warned her about Billy. The president instructed Tabi to reach out to Collins if anything happened to him and to be cautious of Billy, hinting at dark secrets hidden beneath Billy's surface. Collins, struggling to reconcile these warnings with his trust in Billy, began investigating. Official records yielded little, as much of Billy's past was classified. Frustrated, Collins confronted Billy directly after realizing even Billy's girlfriend, Jane, couldn't provide answers. His suspicion grew when Billy ignored his calls, claiming to be at work while still at home. Another flashback revealed that President Bradford often visited a bar owned by Mark Donnelly. Mark's wife, Susan Donnelly, an atmospheric scientist, believed they secured a spot in the underground city because of her expertise. Bradford valued advice from those he trusted, including his Secret Service agents. Billy once advised the president to be honest with the people, arguing that uncertainty about the surface world was more distressing than bad news itself. Billy's words influenced Bradford to send a team of explorers, including Susan Donnelly, to the surface. They discovered the air was breathable, but Sinatra, fearing the implications, ordered Billy to eliminate Susan to keep this discovery secret. Despite his reluctance, Billy complied. Sinatra claimed this was for humanity's long-term survival, but his motives seemed more self-serving than altruistic. Billy suspected that Sinatra and her allies were setting Collins up. Although Billy had committed questionable acts, betraying Collins wasn't one of them. He had been shaped by circumstances, forced into violence for survival, but he never justified his actions. Frustrated, Billy barged into Sinatra's office, demanding she leave Collins out of her schemes. He even threatened her, a move that didn't sit well with Sinatra. Their confrontation was tense, with both exchanging veiled threats. Later, Billy met with Collins, desperately trying to convince him of his innocence regarding President Bradford's death. He asked for one day to prove he deserved Collins' trust. Billy's emotional state hinted that he sensed his time was running out. He spent that evening with Colin's children, Presley and James, cherishing a moment of normalcy. Billy returned home to find Jane waiting for him. They were supposed to attend a carnival together, but his obligations had kept him from doing so. As he sat in the dark of the living room, he collapsed, taking in his breath. Jane couldn't understand why he seemed to face Sinatra's deadliest assassin had been targeted by someone. Billy's story ended tragically in episode 4. To cover up the murder, Jane staged the scene to look like a suicide, planting pills on the table. Sinatra's administration attempted to frame Billy for the crime. But Collins wasn't fooled. He knew Billy was innocent and would one day find out who really did it. Still, proving this would be complicated. As Billy now finds himself in dire straits, he's uncovered the truth. Uncovering the truth would be public. Thank you for watching. Share your thoughts on episode 4 in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more updates on your favorite shows. See you in the next one.